Hello everyone! So we are going to try out the WAN 2.1 frame interpolation model. That's another fine-tuned model from Alibaba Pal called the Fun InP. Previously, we've talked about the LTX videos where we used keyframe conditioning to run different start frame and end frame images to video. In WAN 2.1, we also have the new fun features from Alibaba Pal that are fine-tuned into the WAN 2.1 AI models. We're able to create more videos with better quality for this frame interpolation style of videos, although most of this kind of video is going to look like morphing because of the start frame and end frame interpolations. You'll receive something where objects or characters may be inconsistent between images. But then, of course, we can fix that using the ComfyUI workflows that we custom-made ourselves. And we can even do a better job than the LTX because the WAN 2.1 benchmark and overall performance can be better. So it's a pretty fun way. Good news for people who like to do morphing, short clips, or just short frames for start and ending images, creating predictions in between those two images to create animations. So we're going to check it out. This one, I did some video clips here just by showing, and the one that I like is this sports car driving, starting from the start frame here, where I have the end frame at the 10 seconds mark at the end of this part, showing the rear view of the car, and it's able to do the camera rotation like that. This is a very lucky shot that I got from the AI model, generations throughout the 8 seconds. I did frame interpolation and made it longer to a 10-second video like this one. So, Alibaba Pal, previously we talked about the WAN 2.1 Fun Control, which is for control net to guide motions. This one, we've seen on the Hugging Face page right now, is the WAN 2.1 Fun InP, where we have two sizes of models, the 14B and the 1.3B model weights. And as you scroll down to the chart on this page, you'll see some descriptions already telling you that the InP model is what they call InP. But in common terms, people call it frame interpolation or start frame, end frame video creation, whatever you name it, but it's the same frame features, the same functions of what they do in this WAN 2.1 Fun video model. They added these features and trained the AI to make predictions between those two frames. For example, like my sports car here, I got this start frame from my images here. As you can see, this is my start frame image, and then I have my end frame image, which I created using Flux previously. This is the end frame, and combining these two together, I created this frame video clip using these two images as the start and end frame, able to do the camera orbit follow-up shot of the car, going around and viewing from behind, completing the shot using WAN to generate this. I tried several times, and sometimes it's morphing, sometimes the car goes in the wrong direction. You will experience those. But then, this one is a very lucky shot where I can perfectly do the camera orbit, the tracking shot of the car following up with this angle, going back, and it's perfectly following the shot of the rear of the car basically. So we're going to try out this AI model in ComfyUI. I'm going to download the model files. First of all, you go to the Files version tab, same as the WAN 2.1 Fun Control, where you find the model weight files. Here, you go to this page, you'll see the safe tensor files. Once you see this safe tensor file, you can just download it and save it in your ComfyUI models, diffusion, models subfolder, which means it will be loaded as the diffusion model safe tensor files in your ComfyUI custom nodes. I was using this 1.3B size, which is mostly suitable for lots of consumer PCs. It doesn't even consume 5 gigabytes of VRAM to run the 1.3 billion AI model. So go to the ComfyUI. As you can see, I have the load diffusion model nodes here. This is using the native app, the native nodes in ComfyUI to run this. That's a good sign because when we update our ComfyUI, everything is already prepared and ready for using the WAN 2.1 Fun Control and InP AI model. As you can see, I renamed the safe tensor file to the Alibaba Pal WAN 2.1 Fun 1.3B InP safe tensor file. Then, other settings are similar to the WAN 2.1 Fun control workflows that I showed in the previous videos. But then one thing, the core node we have to focus on today, is this one, the WAN Fun InP 2 video. This is the node that comes natively in ComfyUI, as you can see right here. You can search for this name after you use getPull to update your ComfyUI. Now, I still receive people asking me why they cannot update their ComfyUI using the ComfyUI manager in here. And I mentioned that in my previous videos. I don't repeat my stuff again and again. Check that out if you don't know how to do that. So, we're going to continue with the one Fun InPaint using this node. We received the positive, negative, VAE, etc. Everything is like the typical way you connect the conditions. Something different is that we need this Clip Vision encode, which uses the Clip Vision H to visualize the image that we receive. As you can see, I got two get nodes here. Got the start frame image and then the end frame image. We put them together in an image batch and send it to the Clip Vision encode. Let the AI visualize our two images. What does that look like? And that will have a better, correct way to animate our start and end frame images. And in between those periods of frames, it will do the predictions as the AI runs. So, of course, we pass the start and end frame images here. The width and height length are going to be dynamic, and we're going to send it from my input groups at the beginning of this workflow. Coming back to the input parameter groups here. So I group everything that we need to configure for how we use this frame interpolation workflow in this group, which we call the input, where I put the text prompts here. As you can see, this text prompt is really simple because everything is guided by the two images here, where I have the start frame and end frame of an elf standing beside the river doing her own magic, controlling some water. Therefore, we will have some morphing because of the water motions going around her in the air, doing those magical motions. Right here, we got the settings for the width, height, and length. This is where we do the initial settings as usual. We need to do that in all of the ComfyUI workflows to set up your image or video generation settings and load the image. I will be using the low image path. This is my habit. If you want to use the low image upload by default, you can use that as well, just like what it is in this node, to connect the image to the resize image. Then you're ready to go with that. But my habit is to use the folder path or the file path of my image files so it won't be duplicating in the input folder. And then this is basically how that looks like for the frame interpolation in this generation using the WAN 2.1 Fun InPaint model. Although there's a loss of time using the frame interpolation like this start frame end frame method, you will get some morphing or deformation-like animations in your generated result. What I recommend from what I've used for frame interpolation videos is that you should use two images that are as close in composition as possible. For example, these two images. Although they have the same dress and hairstyle, everything about the character is kept consistent. But even the pose will affect a lot for the frame interpolation, where you have the start frame like this, and then the end frame totally changes the angle of the elf, turning around and playing around with the water with her magic. That will be pretty tough for the AI to do frame interpolation animations like that. So what I would recommend is that if you're using, for example, an image in Paint, or as I previously talked about, the Fluxace Plus, you can use object transfer or face swapping using the ACE LoRA model framework from Flux that can be done using the start frame image like this. And then you can in-paint a part of the character or just on the image to change something. You can animate that. That will be easier jobs for the AI models to generate smooth, non-morphing AI videos. But then, in the WAN 2.1, because I want to challenge how the AI models can handle more complex tasks, I give it more variety of images and some different angles of start and end frames of the character to try out. How can it handle the frame predictions between those two images and how to generate that? So far, I can see that like 2 or 5 times I can get perfect motions or perfect angles of the camera as I expected, like this. Another example is this one where I have the start frames of the lady holding a magic box, and then there's some smoke here. My end frame is also a similar style, but kind of fades away the face here because of the far shot. But then in my image, it's a similar style but using a different camera angle. Therefore, for this kind of two images with the same consistent coherent styles, you can create pretty good frame interpolation videos using the start and end frame techniques here. Also, for examples like this one, the DJ on the beach playing some music. Although some little parts are not the same between those two images, from the start frame and then there's the end frame here where you see the neckness of the character causing different interpolations. As you can see, the neckness popped up and the laptop computer suddenly appears on the table, creating inconsistencies in the animations. And that's how we need to control the start and end frames using this technique. So, for something like magical moments or fantasy styles, that's okay. Most people will accept creating those morphing style videos using this technique. And I think mostly this technique will apply for that. But if you want to use, like in my previous video on LTX, where you have a stay still kind of style, like a still image kind of style of a beetle, you can use the in-paint technique to make the wings flap and add other motions that you have here. So I have these two motions put together for the frame interpolation to do the start and end frames to make it very smooth animations of the beetles flapping their wings like this. So this is how, or so far what I've tested with the WAN 2.1 Fun InPaint model using this new technique in ComfyUI here. And also, I would say, of course, this is going to perform better than the LTX previously, the way we talked about. Although a lot of shots generated for the start and end frames are not going to be very coherent, at least the average performance of the generated output videos in WAN 2.1 looks better. Also, I've added the Tile LoRA models to do a little bit of upscaling and refinement for the generated videos. So, let's say if you have something like this, I have two very close similar images of the same character where you have just a slightly different angle between those two images, and this can be done with good frame interpolation generated videos. So, let's say this way we can animate the character walking forward and smiling, doing some modeling poses, like in a fashion video. You can use that to generate. Sometimes you will still receive something that you don't want, like the hair and stuff. You will have to change other seed numbers and try with other seed numbers to get a lucky shot for that. That's the way you use the AI models sometimes, and maybe changing the CFG and trying that also works. So after you get a good video here for the first generation, I will mostly do a second pass like what we used to do in Animate Diff, where we do a little bit of upscaling and refinement. So therefore, I will be using an upscale image. In this example, it's 1.5 upscale, and then using this Tile LoRA and also using the skip layer guidance to add a little bit more detail. But then in the start and end frame image using the Fun InPaint models, I will not use the skip layer guidance here. Instead, just using CFG 0 start is okay. Because the skip layer guidance, when I add it in here, the generated videos and those prediction frames look awful. So that's the way it is. So I just don't use that in the in-paint groups. Let's try with this and generate with other seed numbers again and see how that looks like. Okay, so we got the generated video here. And as you can see right here, the frame interpolation. After I generate these videos and then use the Tile LoRA upscale 1.5 times, we got the generated result here where this time, using other seed numbers, we got a better, smoother character. I got more natural facial expressions, but then put those morphing effects in the background. While we can't fix those because it's from the frame interpolation using these two images, that's the way it is for this kind of start and end frame style of video. What we can do better is that the character has improved a lot compared to the previous generation. So that's it for this video. This is the WAN 2.1 Fun in Paint model for predictions between two images. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day. See ya.